What's up, everybody? You're back on the other side with Mike G, and here is for part two the mercurial and enigmatic Jason Mayhem Miller. What's up, Jason?
Hey, bud. Sorry about those technical difficulties.
That's
Let's
okay.
get
Everybody's batteries were drained.
round two.
Round two. Here we go. 2009, you got an opportunity to go from obscure niche sport athlete to pop star celebrity. How did you end up becoming the host of Bully Beatdown?
Oh, I mean, that's simple, easy. Like YouTube just came out. I immediately seized on it. Hired a guy that did my like fight promos
Mm-hmm.
in Hawaii. I hired him to come to California and like kind of shoot little mayhem shows, and they're out there somewhere. But like, yeah, I would just do wacky, adorable kind of fight camp training montages and weird like sketches, sort of like uh making fun of the MMA culture at the time, and somebody caught a hold of that and was like, dude, I have this idea for a show. And then he explained it to me. And I said, I don't know if I want to do all that. But then he was like, no, you get to be funny. And I was like, oh, well, I like being funny. And then, it's one of those weird, like, I'm sure the paradigm has shifted now where everybody stays on YouTube. But in those days, there was not really money in YouTube. It was more
Mm-hmm.
just about the creative process, like being creative.
Mm-hmm.
Nowadays, everybody can get sponsors or, do that kind of thing. But back then, going to MTV was like a big deal. And also, it's funny how that I like didn't even really care about that job so much because I was like in Japan fighting and like a big star there. I didn't really care about America as much as I mean, I cared about America, but I didn't care about making money in America. I
Mm-hmm.
thought that it was kind of like a foregone conclusion that, oh, well, all the money for MMA at that time was in Japan. So, and I'm an MMA fighter. So let me just make this money out here.
Right.
What's the point? And then I'm so glad they convinced me that. So glad they convinced me to do that because it was like fulfilling and, mm, you know, maybe like this weird, like normal celebrity in America and, uh, just boosted my career and opened my eyes to the prospect of entertainment as a job. And that's what, now that I'm too damn, rickety to really get in a good fight, it's like gives me a nice like opportunity to change careers, have like a second act well, I guess now third act in this public eye.
Right.
Yeah, and the friendships I made from that are one of those things where it's lifelong.
Mm-hmm.
So feels good. Yeah, I being like a regular television entertainer.
Yeah. How much of your persona on that show did you have to create, and how much of it was 100% you?
Dude, the thing is, right, is that when you're on a show like that, it's just they're rolling all the time. It's like
Okay.
a reality show, sort of. It was like kind of a game show. And I had like scripted lines, but most
Mm-hmm.
of that was inside of, the format of the show to like be able to say, coming up next, that kind of thing. The rest of it was just me. Like it was
Okay.
just me being wacky. That's why I'm having success in the podcast world where I'm going on podcasts all the time and this kind of thing. There's like weird dichotomy to my
Mm-hmm.
life. My dad's side is like the tough guys, construction people, army men, like weird, like goon kind of jobs. But my
Mm-hmm.
dad's well read, like, but just a different kind of mentality. My mom's side is everybody's like chattering and talking shit and like, like very cerebral kind of people
Mm-hmm.
where everybody's like thinking of the next funny thing to say. It's like a rap battle every time you're
Right.
at family gathering where everybody's ripping jokes, rapid fire. So, I I don't know. I'm not a NASA engineer, but uh, I just try to use the skills that I uh, possess, naturally, and the ones that I worked on to, better myself in society.
Your skills have brought a lot of joy to a lot of people. I'm going to tell you a little tiny story. I was a fan of you before my wife was, and she had to sit through every episode of Bully Beatdown probably 3 or 4 times.
Oh
And
wow!
I want to tell you the moment she became a fan of you. I can't remember which episode it was, but I believe it started out. You're laying on the floor. You've got your head in your hands, kind of like this, and you've got your feet up in the air, crossed behind you, saying something cute. She fell in love.
I'm
So
a ham,
there you
bro.
go.
Straight up ham. And it's funny. I have a lot of opportunities to be like that, because look, yeah, I was like you know, prize fighter for a good long time, and you know, lived that tough guy culture forever. But you never think that uh the room where I'm recording this interview with you is plushy mania,
Nice.
dog. You know what
Oh
I'm
man,
saying?
I can't wait to show my daughters.
Hello Kitty, JapanLA.com.
Awesome.
So yeah, JapanLA.com. That's the that's
Awesome,
the
man.
that's the promo for this interview. Yeah,
How
dude.
did you parlay Bully Beatdown into Here Comes the Boom as Lucky Patrick?
Well, that didn't come from Bully Beatdown.
Okay.
That, interestingly enough, came from the fact that my manager at the time was friends with Kevin James.
Okay.
Kevin James hired me to get him in the shape for a project he wanted to do. And as we're getting in shape, the project started coming to fruition, and they wrote a part for me, So, and I had a lot to do with the helping write the movie, helping the performers get the stunt sequences down. It was
Sure.
more than just being, an actor for a little 1 2 minute scene. It
Hmm.
was I got to be on the ground floor of that whole entire operation, and it was very interesting seeing like a big A-list celebrity helping him lose a bunch of weight and get it,
Yeah.
and get his martial arts down so he can play this character, and also be like sort of um, involved in the production.
Hmm.
I was very thankful for that because I was really young, like I was a goon, and I just used to just fighting, and that was my whole wheelhouse. But to go from being on set with like a sort of reality show, and
Hmm.
then being on set on a major Hollywood motion picture,
Yeah.
it's like a big, yeah, it was a big deal. But mostly that was helping Kevin James get in shape for that initially, and then him understanding that I would be helpful in the production of it. It was really cool. I feel really blessed for that.
Awesome. Would you want to do either one again?
Yeah, yeah. Movies are interesting. I like them. It's a lot of standing around. There's a lot of production. Any kind of big production, there's going to be. It's not as exciting as going to the gym.
Right.
I got to be honest with you. But yeah, I definitely have my eyes set that direction. Now that I got my head screwed on straight and like have this ability, and I'm here's one thing you talked about substance abuse and this kind of
Hmm.
thing early in the show, but like there's something strange that happens when you stop getting screwed up all the time and get I never hung out in that sober space long enough to realize that you can like be a rolling snowball of goodness.
Yeah.
Like you do good stuff and then good stuff comes back. I never I would take breaks for like a couple weeks or a month or whatever and be like, oh, now the good stuff's come, and it wouldn't come, and I would get angry, and I would just go back to my old lifestyle.
Yeah.
And then now that I've had some opportunity to stretch my legs a little bit, I see how much positive stuff, and I just look forward to helping more people, doing more with this, you know, small modicum of fame I've been blessed with. Try to help a bunch of people, and thereby somehow help myself too. You
Yeah,
know, I don't know
absolutely.
how it's gonna work out, and every day I like get after it and put on a positive mental attitude and get out the door and grind. And I do a lot of stuff that makes me no money, like now, but with the faith that this definitely will come back positive as long as I keep pushing positive. Positive stuff's gonna run back on me. That's
Yeah,
the mentality I'm kind of bringing to the table these days.
yeah, absolutely. These next questions are, I promise, questions you've never been asked in the interview before. I want to get to know you personally, and I don't mean what you got hidden under your bed or what's in your closet. I want to know what Jason Mayhem Miller likes and doesn't like. My first question: pulled pork or brisket?
No, bud, I'm gonna have to go brisket. All right, look, I got some Muslim friends that are like, oh, but pork is the worst. Pork is fucking delicious. I fucking hate how much I love it. It
Yep.
must be like the whiteness just seeping out of me. Pork is the best. But
There we go.
brisket, bro, brisket all day.
Hmm.
Adam
There we go.
Carolla, Adam Carolla, okay, I helped him on one of his shows,
Hmm.
live show. He's got some dude that just rolls around with a brisket tray so that when he has that show going, he has brisket at the end of it. So it was nice. It was like,
Nice.
empty stomach. It was just like fight night, like kind of empty stomach. So
Yep.
you get vicious, and then as soon as the fight was over, just eat whatever you want, bro. We were having that brisket, dog. So yeah, to answer your question,
There we
brisket.
go. Awesome. All right, both in their prime. Who wins, Anderson Silva or GSP?
Yeah, no, Anderson, because look, GSP got KO'd in his prime,
Hmm.
and then turned into like a pure wrestler, smart athlete, really good guy to like change his strategy
Hmm.
later in his career. And Anderson Silva, see. Listen, I sparred with Anderson, and I fought George. I'll just tell you, Anderson is just like, you know, he figured it out. He's like one of
Hmm.
those guys that uh, learned the science
Yep.
and then broke the rules to make it an art.
Yeah.
That's what Anderson Silva brought to the table. Yeah, could George get him down? Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Could he, ground and pound him? Maybe. Probably not, but maybe. But in the prime of their life and the size differential, the thing
Hmm.
about George is he's like a short boned guy, like small bones with
Hmm.
big muscles. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anderson's kind of the opposite. He's like
Hmm.
a big, long, fucking, big bone guy with like stringy muscles. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
And over a 5-round fight, I think the advantage goes to Anderson Silva.
I do too, man.
I mean, I like this like fantasy league that you got in my head going right now. That's pretty funny. Yeah, I mean, you
Maybe
could
we'll
do that
see it in
all
the
day, though.
GFL
You could
soon.
do that all day with a bear versus a gorilla. Joe Rogan's dumbass says bear every time. I'm like, no, no, bro, gorilla with the overhand slaps. Bears are unagile. Like, there's so many more factors. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where are we having this fight? Are we having this fight in an octagon? Are we having this fight in the forest? Are we having this fight, you know what I mean, in an open grassland?
Right.
Who's the hometown hero here? Well, is it gorilla or bear? I'm saying gorilla's got it.
I think the gorilla too. Yeah.
66 out of 100. You know what I mean?
There
I'm
we go.
not saying 9 out of 10. I'm saying more than half the time gorilla figures out how to bite that thing right in the neck.
Yeah. I agree. All right. Are you more likely to drink coffee or energy drinks?
Coffee.
1 cup a day or all day long?
But no, I mean, look, the reality of the situation is I have coffee in the morning. And that afternoon, look, I'm going to tell you right now, the afternoon cup is calling my name right now.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? But it becomes one of the things where, what time is it? 2? Ooh, that's on the edge. 4? Oh, now you're just staying up all night. All right. You're psycho. 6 o'clock coffee. Oh, even a little one. You're like, rah. Just keeps enough of that adenoise out of your head where you're just going buck ass wild. Oh, great. Now I'm just on YouTube till 3 in the morning. I got to wake up and train at 8. Okay. What are you doing here? Oh, you're just going to be tweaked out on coffee now, huh? All right. All right. That's fine. That's fine. Let's do it.
All right, I know you were born and raised on the East Coast, but have lived on the West Coast for quite a while.
Yep.
I got to know, Tupac or Biggie?
Oh, come on. Biggie Smalls all day. My formative years, Tupac was a great actor, sort of performance artist, who got really wow. Just looking back, like this guy is a fantastic artist that just stirred up the beef, stirred up
Right.
he knew controversy was good to sell records, but he just took it so far. While Biggie, it felt like he was like, all right, if you come after me, I'm going after you, but he's not like this wild rage,
Yeah.
I appreciate both artists. But as a storyteller and a lyricist, I'm saying Biggie Smalls. And I'm gonna get some hate. I'm sure, and the West Coast guys are just flabbergasted when I say that because I wear my LA cap and I'm like, California dude, but I'm like, dude, just come on. Let's look at lyrics. Let's look at. I get it. If you're West Coast, honestly, it's like a baseball team or, wherever you grew up, whatever you came up with is what you're going to answer to that question.
Absolutely.
And I was on the East Coast and we're getting the straight pipeline from New York. What was going on, even down in Podunk, North Carolina.
All right. What is your favorite animal at the zoo?
I mean, look, man, the chimps get my vote. I don't get to see them that much. But to be honest, I once saw a giraffe so closely that I was just shook that this is an animal from Earth.
Huge.
It really made me realize like how divergent species are and like how like amazing nature can be, because just this beautiful neck and like fur that was just amazing. So at the zoo, you got to see the majesty of a giraffe peering down upon you as it chews its cud, casually glancing in your direction.
All right. Again, both in their prime. Who wins, Jason Mayhem Miller or Jake Paul?
Yo, man, are we talking MMA fight? Because
whatever kind you want.
Easy smash.
There we go.
A boxing fight, I would have, Prime Mayhem would have to train for that, but he will still win.
I agree.
Yeah, he would have to train for that because I boxed with like pro boxers for a while, and I you get where you are in the pecking order when you box pro boxers. Like you're like, holy shit, because it's not MMA. You can't rely on shit. And man, what's his name? O'Neal Bell. O'Neal Bell rung my fucking bell a good time before, but I made it through the round. You know what I mean? Like, oh shit. Granted, that's 16s. Now, a 10-ounce glove, O'Neal Bell probably would have dropped me that day. Who knows? But I kept getting back in there with them, and I kept, getting a feel of how to box, and
right.
Yeah. So yeah, for sure. I mean, shit. I wouldn't mind getting in shape for that today. You know what I'm saying? I know.
All right. Better movie, Bloodsport or Kickboxer?
Bloodsport.
Awesome.
I mean,
in your bathroom. What? Your bathroom at home, your toilet paper roll. Does the paper come out towards you or behind?
Come on. Beard, not mullet.
I get it. Nice. All right. I want to ask you about something that happened many years ago. Please tell me about the time that you pretended to be Minotauro Nogueira and took Razor Rob McCullough's mother out to Olive Garden.
I can see that you've been talking to Razor Rob McCullough, and I'm very sorry that your joke didn't go as great as planned. But I am shocked and appalled. Listen,
You're a little red, Mayhem.
me and Razor Rob went to the Olive Garden one time, and as we were there, continuously talking about Minotauro, a lady choked on a breadstick and had to get hospitaled out of there, and we could not stop giggling. She was okay, but we could not stop cracking up about Minotauro. Minotauro. Thanks a lot,
awesome.
Rob.
That's awesome. All right.
Yeah,
what is something that you really enjoy that people don't know about?
Oh, I don't know. A Call of Duty.
There we go.
Yeah, I already showed you plushies. I really enjoy Hello Kitty and the other Sanrio characters. Hagedon. I don't know. I'm a art. I think people might know that. I really like art, and I'm very into the LA art scene. I pay attention to everybody's work, and I'm trying to be cultured as possible. So maybe people don't know that. I know that overall people might think I'm a goon, but I got a couple of neurons that I still rub together.
I have two more questions for you, Mayhem. If you had to share a message with people who are going to watch this, who may be struggling with addiction or any other problems that we all face in life, what would you tell them about not giving up?
Well, struggle, everyone always says struggle. For me, you got to get pissed off enough to make a change, and it's hard to do if you just keep using the same substance over and over again and like never get off it. So if you take a break from it and then like decide if you want to get angry and get back on it, you want to get angry and make a change. You can get angry and go back to it, or you can get angry and make a change about it. It's up to you. I think that also people don't remember how strong they are, that they can do it. They can work hard enough to get up out of that lifestyle as hard as they're working to stay in it. It's weird. Yeah. When you stop having fun outside of that thing, then, that thing takes over your life.
Yeah.
You can do it. That if you want me to give like the old coach speech, you can do it, kids. You can do it, buddy. You can do it, girl. You can do it. It just takes hard work. It takes and it takes some support. You have to tap into people that are supportive of helping you get up out of there. It's super hard to do it if you're just on your own, and then you keep running back into people who are into that life. So that's the long and short of it. I guess I should write a book on the entire subject, but
you should.
If you want a little blurb, you can do it.
Awesome, man. What is the best way for fans of yours to keep up with everything you have going on these days?
I'm on Mayhem Miller. I'm on the internet, dude. Mayhem
Everywhere.
Miller.
Gotcha. All right, Mayhem, I don't have any more questions. I want to say thank you very much.
Thank you, bro. Good luck with the show, man. You're a nice dude, and I appreciate your hard work, man.
Thank you very much. I'll talk to you later, man.
Yep.
Bye-bye.
Bye.